favorite day. I am so excited. We recap of last year. So, Teresa, can you introduce yourself and who you're with and what we're doing here today?
Absolutely. My name is Teresa Smith, and I am the president and founder of Volusia County Women Who Care. And I'm so excited to be here. We're doing a recap of 2025. All the organizations that through our members we were able to provide significant grants that had a major impact in their ability to serve our community. So we're so excited to be here today. And so just to jump right in, Shelley, if you don't mind, unfortunately today our first quarter recipient was One Ohana, One Community. Not unfortunate that they were the first recipient,
but
unfortunate that they couldn't be here live with us today because she actually also has a day job on top of running this amazing organization who works with foster children as there are children as they're being brought out of their home for a variety of reasons and put into foster care. So they provide resources for them, clothing and food, to make that transition a little bit easier for them. She is so sorry she couldn't be here today, but she wanted us to know that what they were able to do with the grant they received was they were able to secure a location, which was significant. That was huge, right? Beautiful new location, so they could work out of that location. They provided Easter baskets for 180 kids.
That was so
which
cute,
was amazing.
Seeing them all laying around.
When we went to the check presentation, we saw them preparing those. And 134 pajamas and presents for foster children. So they were able to make a difference in so many lives, and it really changed their trajectory. So thank you, Volusia County Women Who Care members, for making that happen for One Ohana, One Community. And thank you, Chris Sanders and Laura, for your leadership in that organization. And now I'd like to introduce who was our second, actually, they received a grant in the first quarter from our Community Partner Impact Fund. And then they turned around, renominated, and reselected again and presented the second quarter and they were selected as the primary recipient, and that is Volusia Free Clinic. And we have here with us Carol Killian and Francine Barnes, who are going to tell us really quickly about what happened when they received that funding.
This is a Cinderella story.
This is a Cinderella story. This is one of my favorite stories to tell and retell.
Me too.
Carol and Francine, welcome.
This is totally a Cinderella story. Yeah, that's the best way to describe it, because following the reception when we got the money, okay?
Presenting of the check.
Yeah, when we got the check and the first quarter recipient of the $1,000 from the Community Partner Fund, it opened up so many doors. We had people, the first thing was that with that publicity, a local property owner donated for free a free space that we could move into and open a larger clinic, very much like what
Ohana
yes. Mm-hmm. And but following that, a local physician who was retiring turned around and gave the clinic all of her equipment, furniture, everything. So by June, we were able to open this fantastic new office so that we could serve the underprivileged, the low-income folks in all of Volusia County for free medical care. That's what we do.
And you had contractors also that made it look really nice.
Oh my God! You're absolutely right. The contractors, the painters, the floor people, everything to get the whole place.
I mean, it went through A through Z for you guys.
Crazy.
It was amazing.
It was really crazy. And then, of course, we had our open house in July, I guess, and all of these people showed up, and just the extension into the community. But you know, with all this free stuff that was given to us, we're still out there searching for the patients who need our care.
Well, I think you're a best kept secret.
I know it. and we can't quite figure out why. We've been in business for over 10 years, And there's so many people in the county who qualify for this service.
I think that's the narrative right there. You've been in business for a long time, but you were in different spaces,
Yes.
and now you've got this gorgeous, wonderful
Yes.
space. And I think we're kind of intimidated as people that we don't know. Is it a free space? Is it, can you have a job? I mean, we don't know how we qualify or don't qualify. The best thing to do is go to your website or call you, right?
Exactly.
And
Go
find
to the
out.
website, volusiafreeclinic.com, volusiafreeclinic.com. We're run by Volusia Volunteers in Medicine, which was our primary name over the years. And just recently, when we got this new space, we're now called Volusia Free Clinic, but it's the same thing. And Francine will explain who we can reach, because you're low-income people. If you're working and you don't have health insurance, that's the people that we're reaching out to. Francine, what is the qualification?
Right. The qualifications, first of all, you have to be a resident of Volusia County between the ages of 18 and 64 and have no insurance. And based on those qualifications, there's a financial qualification also, but ours is very high. I think in 2024, the governor allowed us to go up to 300% of the poverty level, which means that one individual earning $45,000 a year would still be eligible for services.
So that's like half of the community.
Exactly.
No, I mean, I'm not being mean, but that's like half of our community.
And then it goes up from there. Like if it's 2 people in the family, it's 61,000, and it goes up about 16,000 for every other person in the family. So it's kind of generous to qualify for the services, and all we need is for people to understand, that the service is there, and it's free of charge. Everything we do is free. So and right now, we serve all of Volusia County. I think we're the only free clinic that serves the whole entire Volusia County. Some serve just one area, one city, but we serve the whole Volusia County. Right now, we have patients from approximately 17 cities within Volusia County that receive our services.
So we need to change that narrative, because everybody, like with me, I'll say it, I either think it's free where you can't work or you're disabled or whatever, or you have through your own insurance. But this is a group of medical professionals. There are medical professionals that can see you without insurance and help you get free help.
Exactly.
And also, we only see adults, the 18 to 64. We do not, if you have Medicare, we can't see you. If you have Medicaid, we cannot see you. So we're truly, if you have no insurance, medical insurance, and we're trying to hit even in your primary care people, that's what we're trying to reach, so that you don't have to go to an emergency room.
Right. And see, that's what's so interesting about it. And people
they don't understand it.
It's so weird because we can't believe we're going to get blessed.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like we have to go to the emergency room, but we need to call you instead.
Call us, make an appointment. There's a form that you can fill out online so that we can pre-qualify you. That's important. If you've got the means, go to the VolusiaFreeClinic.com or call our phone number. Can I give the phone number?
Of course.
386-316-2771. Or again, you can email us. You can. If you even have a cold or the flu is going around right now, and we're really worried about some of these folks who are on the Obamacare, because that has really is going to hurt a lot of people.
Everybody January 1st had a reality check.
Yes.
And you could be part of our reality check by helping us when we slip through that part, because a lot of people can't afford insurance now that own their own business or working for a business that's not a corporation, and all of a sudden January 1st it's like, oh my goodness, what are we going to do? But we have you.
Right. For instance, if you're a part-time worker at a local business, be it McDonald's or even Walmart or in a hotel industry, and you're not making that much money and they're not providing you health insurance, give us a call. You'd be surprised how many people we have seen who we've actually seen someone with a terrible disease and we've passed it on and saved their lives.
I know that story, and that is just amazing. It's not just like going in, getting your temperature and your vitals done. You're actually helping people with other things besides a common cold or whatever's going on. You have contracts with different group of doctors around town that can help you, right?
Exactly. And a lot of people we say and speak to this with the medicines that we see diabetics.
Right, we see diabetes, high blood pressure, and it's important for people. We've had patients come into the clinic who haven't seen a doctor in 15 or 20 years.
I know, it's
and
crazy.
we're reaching out to those people. If you haven't just had a physical in a few years, or come in and we can do a physical. And we found people with diabetes and high blood pressure and cancer for those patients who have not seen a doctor and find out about us, and they come in and see us. So we do a complete medical evaluation. And whatever we find, we try to find a way to treat that, and we do it free of charge.
Well, thank you so much for that. Now, what about that money that you got from Volusia County Women in Care? What was your total that you got?
Oh gosh, it was the total was.
Wasn't it like 37,000? Okay, that's what I thought. 37,000.
Which we also just before Christmas, that opened the doors for 2 large donors to give us more money, so that now we actually hired a second part-time office manager who will be.
The money actually has helped you keep running at more hours and stuff and be more available to the community.
Exactly.
Because before you were on a short days and short times,
Yes,
right?
right.
And so now you actually have a location
in
and
February,
everything.
we're planning on opening now for 3 days a week, and we also have an office down in New Smyrna. So please give us a call, because we want to help you. We know you are out there and need some.
I'm thinking of college students even,
Yes.
that their parents' insurance has run out.
Right,
They're in
exactly.
college. They're down here in Florida. They don't know what to do. Stop filling up our emergency rooms.
Exactly.
And I'm not being mean when I say that. If you need to
it's
go to the
true.
emergency, go.
Well,
but
if you go to the emergency room, Halifax has given us the numbers on that. It's about $2,500 per patient that comes out of our taxes.
Right.
If someone goes
where
into
we
the
could just call
emergency
you and see if we qualify.
room. Absolutely.
So you must be 18 or over. You must be with no insurance, Medicaid or Medicare. And what's that phone number?
Okay, 386. I don't know it by heart.
That's
Isn't
okay.
that awful?
You don't call it.
I don't call it. 386-316-2771. VolusiaFreeClinic.com.
Well, it's a wonderful organization. I have toured the place. It's top notch, looks great. I've met some of the doctors there, really great guys. And so very excited for you to fill that office up and be coming back and saying, now we're 5 days a week.
Yes. We'll
That's our
eventually
goal.
get there.
Yeah.
We're going to go 3 days a week, hopefully.
Next month, and also in New Smyrna, we're planning on adding another day in New Smyrna also, because and now we were only there 1 day a month in New Smyrna, but now we're going to be there hopefully starting in February 1 day a week. So
Well,
that we can
thank you
serve that
so
side
much,
of the county.
ladies. We really appreciate
Well,
you coming
thank you
by.
to all the
Thank
members
you.
of Volusia County Women Who Care. I mean, we could not have done any of this without them.
And I ditto that.
Well, your story is just unbelievable. I remember being in the room and somebody stood up and said, well, we think we got a place for you. And then the next thing you know, we got equipment for you. And the next thing you know, I got this. And I was like, oh my gosh, it's like Oprah. You got this. You got this.
that's right.
It was absolutely wonderful.
I still get chills thinking about it right now.
I love seeing your face that day. It was amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Well, thank you so much, ladies, for coming by. And we got another person coming in.
Absolutely. I thank you again, Carol and Francine, for recapping that incredible story, that Cinderella story of Volusia Free Clinic. And we hope that, as Carol said, that all of you out there, if you need their services, don't be shy. These doctors volunteer their time and services. They're qualified doctors. They're amazing. So thank you. Next, we'd like to hear from Allison. Allison, if you can join us, if you're here in the lobby, with Early Learning Coalition. So the Early Learning Coalition was selected to receive grants from our Community Partner Impact Fund, which is the fund that our community contributes to, so we can provide grants to the 2 organizations that aren't selected to receive the member grants. I know that's confusing if you're not part of Volusia County Women
Well,
in
you
Care.
should just join.
So you should just join, right? And then you'll
you'll be part
understand.
of.
That's right. So Allison, would you talk to us a little bit about the Early Learning Coalition and the incredible work that they do for our community?
Well, good morning, and
Good
thank you for
morning.
having me again. I love being being on this show. And so the Early Learning Coalition, we are, of course, a local not-for-profit, and we are focused on all things early learning. Our main services are to help families pay for their child care services. They do have to qualify certain income levels or be working and going to school. So we do help pay for that tuition for the early learning services. We also facilitate the free VPK program in the community, which is free voluntary pre-kindergarten for any Florida 4-year-old, regardless of income.
I love that.
Yes.
I mean, I just never knew about that. I love learning with you because you teach us all so many cool things.
So those are our two main programs that we provide to the community. And then underneath of that umbrella, we have a lot of sub-services to really help get those kids prepared, ready for kindergarten, help strengthen those families. And some of that includes working with parents. Some of that includes working with the teachers in those early learning programs. We're working with them to train them, help them to upskill themselves. We're helping them if they have children in the classroom that maybe have behavior challenges or maybe have some developmental delays, those type of things. And then we do a lot of work in the community to help all families understand the importance of early
Is that
learning.
why we find the big bus or camper, whatever you want to call it?
Yes,
now?
our learning mobile. Yep.
Yep, I love it.
Yeah, we're thinking about actually naming the learning mobile, so look out for that because
Okay.
we're thinking that it needs a name.
Okay.
You know, and so that's our mobile classroom. We go out in the community with that, and we help give all families access to early learning, even if they're not in a traditional early learning environment or child care program.
And didn't you do something really cool in the city of Holly Hill recently? And our
yes.
park? See, I follow you.
Yes, we did. That was, oh my goodness, one of my most favorite projects that we've done in recent years. And so at Sunrise Park in Holly Hill, which is the park right, almost you run into it if you go down LPGA all the way to Beach Street. Beautiful park right on the river. They have the market there on Sundays, which is really
We
fun.
have the boat ramps. We
Yeah,
have
boat
everything.
ramp, huge playground. It's a really popular park. We put in a Born Learning Trail, which is an interactive learning trail.
Awesome. It's so cool.
Yep, as well as a story walk. And so basically every quarter the story will change and you walk along the path and you read, and it's literally the pages of the book of the story, and you can read the book to your child. We are featuring local authors to begin with, which is super exciting. And we did that in partnership. Advent Health was a sponsor of that, and then Fast Signs also helped to support that.
So you're getting fresh air, you're getting exercise, and you're learning and reading.
Yes.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Yeah, exactly. So, and we are planning to do 3 more parks between Volusia and Flagler County in the next year. So we're really excited about that. So check it out.
What'd you do with our money that we?
Yes,
Volusia
I was
County
just going to
women?
say, so for this money, we have a partnership for our home book delivery program with the Dolly Parton Imagination Library Foundation, and that is Dolly Parton's foundation for literacy. And basically what it is every single month, children from birth to age 5 get a free book in the mail.
A nice book.
A nice book, exactly, addressed to the child, which I love. That is one of my favorite parts about it.
It is.
Right?
It's really cool.
Yeah, how important does
We
that
all
make
love
them
to
feel?
get happy mail.
I know.
Come on.
Yeah, so they're all age-appropriate, developmentally appropriate books that are selected by a selection committee. And so basically, the Early Learning Coalition, our role is we contract with the Dollywood Foundation to provide this to Volusia and Flagler County. And so what that means, basically, is we find families to sign up for the program, and then we raise the funds to provide that
So
program.
how do we sign up?
So families can sign up by going on our website, which is ELCFV, Flagler Volusia, that's the F and the V, .org. And you go on our website and there's a drop down for the Dolly Parton Imagination Library. They can click on that and sign up for it there.
Or just go to the website and check out everything y'all do.
Yeah, there's lots of other fun things there. We've even have interactive stories on our website.
No, y'all have a great website,
Yeah.
and I love that you're in the community more and doing more. I feel like you're doing more. I don't know if it's because I know you now, or I just feel like you're popping up everywhere now.
Yeah, I feel like we are doing a lot more in general in the community. Like Monday through Friday. Like I said, we're really trying to access not just the kids that are in a traditional early learning environment, but those kiddos that are not. And so we really are out and about in the community more. Our community engagement department is phenomenal. They are great at interacting. Like, we're going to start doing some parent trainings with some of our community partners. And so, yeah, we're definitely out there more than we have been in the past. So I don't think that your observation is off at all. But
And then how much does it cost? How much for one child? Now, my grandchildren have got these books, and I know the answer, but for one child to get books for those years, how much does it cost?
So it is about $40 a year. So every book kind of has a different price. It's kind of funny when you get the invoicing, but it comes out to close to $40 a year. So I just say about $40 a year. So with the grant that we were able to get, thanks to Teresa, the $5,000 grant that we got, that'll provide 1,500 books.
Yeah,
Isn't that amazing?
Yes. So excited.
So that's one of the positive things about working with the Dollywood Foundation is we get really nice books for a really good rate because she's got buying power.
Right.
She has millions of children enrolled in this program.
And pass your books on.
Yes.
I passed my books on from my grandchildren. So that was really special. Not only did they get to enjoy them until they got older, but actually, I have a little library here at front of the WAPN.
Yes.
Fast Signs did that. I actually put some of the books in there that I had left over from my grandchildren, and I think they lasted at about an hour.
I love that. We have
Yeah.
a lot of little free libraries in our community, and that is the perfect way to
place.
pass on your books.
Yeah.
But just so you know, last year we served 8,300 kids in Volusia County in that program.
Isn't that something?
Yeah. Currently, we have
amazing.
6,200 enrolled. Yeah.
So how do we enroll? We just go to the website?
You can go to our website, and then there's a page for Dolly Parton Imagination Library, and you can get there. You can also go to the Dolly Parton Imagination Library website, and then you would just have to put in our information, like about your zip code and all that kind of stuff. You can do it that way also.
It's easy peasy.
Yeah.
It
Yep.
literally took me like 1 minute when I did it. It was funny because I did it years ago because I saw something or heard something, and then I kind of forgot about it, because you think, and then all of a sudden these cool books came, and I was like, wow, that was really neat.
Yeah, it's pretty easy. It is a 2-step process though, because you have to put in the information, and then they'll email you, and then you have to verify. But other than that, it's pretty simple. But if somebody has trouble, they can just call us. We can help them with that.
You're user friendly.
Yeah, we try to be. Yeah.
You are. I appreciate that about you.
But those, just so you know, it was over 73,000 books last year that went out in Volusia County.
Wow.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Yes.
That is
Well, I know when you
amazing.
look at the number of books, it's like
I'm a numbers girl, so I love
6
that.
to 8,000 kids sounds like a lot, but then when you say the number of books, it's like, oh wow, that's a lot of books.
That's a lot
Yeah,
of
when I
books.
was looking at it myself, I was like, that is a lot of books. Yes.
Well, we appreciate you so much, and I hope that you keep putting your name back in, so that hopefully you'll get for the big one.
Yes,
but
we are
you've
hopeful.
been blessed, and
have, absolutely.
just getting the word out there to me has been so amazing because everybody has a false illusion about the Dolly Parton thing. They do, and that's okay.
Yep.
It's actually her name on it and her books that she picks, but there's finances involved, isn't there?
Absolutely.
So maybe if you don't need a book, you can also volunteer. Donate right there on your website also, right?
Absolutely. Yep. Right on the front page is a donate button, and then you can just pick what you want to donate to, and Dolly Parton is in that drop down. The Imagination Library program's in that drop down, and that money all stays local. So I don't want people to think like, oh, that goes to the foundation. We pay the foundation with those funds we raise, but those funds all go to children in Volusia and Flagler County. And you can pick which county you want, or you can pick for it to go to either county. And yeah, that's how we fund the program.
Well, thank you so much, and thank you so much for doing Holly Hill, the park, because that was like so cool. I wanted to go there that day, but I had to do radio. I don't know why I had to work, but I went there and checked it out, and what a cool program that you have done. It's just so neat to see that you can get the fresh air, you can read, and you exercise all at the same time. And it's important for families to do things together, and you've made that happen. So thank you so much.
You're welcome. We're so happy to be able to help provide that. So
Yeah, right there in my backyard. So thank you.
You're welcome.
It was great seeing you, and congratulations on your finances this year.
You too, and thank you, Teresa and Volusia Women Who Care, for your support. We really appreciate it.
Thank you, Allison. My goodness, what's so cool is to hear the diversity of organizations that Volusia County Women Who Care members fund. So now we've heard from Free Clinic for adults, and now this is an early learning coalition for young children, which is so critical. And daycare is one of those things that are at the top of the news right now. You know, is how important that is and how unaffordable daycare is. And so to have that assistance, and of course, how important early learning is and early education. So thank you, Allison, for what you do and your enthusiasm you bring to it. And we are so delighted that you're a member and that you keep coming. And we look forward to hearing more and more about you. And so thank you. And so next, we are going to hear from, again, we talked about the diversity of the kinds of funding, Shelley, we do, and our members select. The next, we're going to hear from Habitat for Humanity.
I know. It's just so
Again,
cool that
isn't
we
it
do all these things.
incredible?
I get so darn excited because we get to meet so many people, and then we get to go out in the community and participate in their different nonprofits.
And see what they do with the money and see the impact you're making. I tell everybody, attending that check presentation, being able to follow up on the radio like we're doing today, and seeing for yourself how that $100 you give each quarter collectively together with all the other members, the huge impact it has in this community.
It's part of my favorite thing is getting to go participate.
Absolutely, and I implore our members and anybody who's thinking about it, and you think, well, they don't need my $100. I'm going to tell you that every $100 makes a difference, and we need every one of them to step up and make that $100 contribution, because it's the collective impact that matters. It's coming together as a community of people who care about this community that makes that difference, that brings us to those significant kinds of contributions. So right now we have Lori, and Lori, I'm not even going to begin to try to say her last name because I will butcher it.
She's just Lori to me.
Lori is the head of Habitat for Humanity, and we had the opportunity, Shelley and I had the opportunity to go to see the groundbreaking.
Oh my gosh, that was so exciting. I know.
Yeah, their new housing developments in Volusia County. It's in Holly Hill, is it?
It's technically in the city of Daytona. Well, it's not in the city. It's in the unincorporated area, but it has a Daytona Beach address.
Okay,
yes.
It was so cool, and then they were selected. They got, again, one of our community partner impact grants, and it was $1,200. And you think, okay, well, what difference does $1,200 make to Habitat for Humanity? Well, I love the story of how creatively Lori and her team were able to use this funds. So, Lori, I'm not going to take your thunder away. You can tell us a little more about what you're doing and who you are.
I appreciate that so much. Thank you both for the opportunity to be here. I am Lori Galuli. I'm the CEO of our local Habitat for Humanity of Greater Volusia County. And you were both speaking about the diversity of the groups that Volusia County Women Who Care has supported and advocated for. And I've been taking notes because I want to remind our families that we work with of the tremendous programs that are out there. We have a number of people. Our people have income, obviously. They do what I call very essential jobs in this community. They're driving school buses. They're working as CNAs and patient tech people in the hospitals, nursing homes, and assisted livings. They are working in hospitality, manufacturing jobs. Many of them hold jobs that they do not have health insurance.
I know. Was that perfect for you or what?
Yes.
That was a setup for you today.
Right. And even Carol has talked with us about, the opportunity for us to have our information there too, because their clients obviously may be able to take advantage of our program, for affordable home ownership. Mm-hmm. So Habitat is an affordable home ownership program. In March, we will be celebrating our 40th year here serving the community, and we have built over 200 homes. You both talked about Legacy Woods. It's our first development ever. There will be 40 homes there, 8 single family and 16 duplexes.
And the property it's on has a special background, doesn't it?
It does. There was absolutely. There's a church on that site many years ago, and the property was then donated to us by the new owner,
Yep.
DS and Angela Patel, and 6.35 acre property. It's all developed, as you both know now, and the first house should be done by the end of February. And we have 3 more starting.
Do we get to party in February?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
Be there.
Yeah, because I mean, how it's just so neat that, and there's sweat equity involved, and there's all people don't realize you're not just handing somebody a home, you're teaching them how to be a homeowner.
Correct. There's
Isn't
a
that-
whole education program,
I
as
love
we
that,
talked about,
right.
and including financial literacy classes that we provide throughout their journey. Typically takes about a year, the whole program, because it's a long-term solution. It's not, I need a house today. I need, I need a place to live today. We are the long-term solution, and there is a mortgage involved. But we are not only the contractor, we're the bank. We provide that mortgage at 0 interest, and we base the mortgage payments only on 30% of the homeowners, the family household income, and for no more than 30 years. And that's how we base that on. And like they were talking about. The qualifications of income, it's based on family size as you move forward. But we do help. A family is considered one individual is considered a family. We follow all fair housing laws. We are required to fire all to comply with all federal mortgage regulations, even though we don't charge interest. So we do all that, and everything is done very fairly, and our application process is very objective. And
It was nice to see generations there. So that was,
Yes.
the day we were there, it was so nice to not only see the person that was getting the first home and her kids, her parents there, and they're involved in that. So I mean,
Yes.
They were
it's
so proud.
they've helped her
it
with
was
the
just
sweat
so
equity.
moving. Yeah.
I know.
It
I
was
mean,
a
proud
whole
of her.
family, proud of her
Yes.
for
and then we had a
following
kid
through.
there that was building something
Yes,
with.
and that with the money, thanks to Volusia County Women Who Care. So we used the grant, the very generous $1,250, toward our program with Arsalan Wilson, and his parents have given me permission to mention his name. He is a young man who, at 11 years old, came to us with this idea that he
was raised
had.
right.
Oh my gosh, amazing family. And he gives credit to his dad and his brothers who have helped him with everything. But he is building desks for the children of the Habitat homes. So as they begin their journey in their new home, they have a desk, because as he told me, every child needs their own space, their own desk in order to do their homework and focus.
That made me cry because I think about my grandchildren, and it's so important to turn off life and do your homework. I mean, it really is.
Yes.
Then these kids get an opportunity to turn off life in their home and do their homework at a desk. That's pretty important.
Oh, absolutely.
And to have their own space in that home. As a child, that gives them agency. That gives them their own space for their clear their mind, dream, and this is my space. That's important.
We all need that.
Yeah, we all need that. And so I was so moved by that story. And again, I think it illustrates, I want to highlight our community partners who invest in this. Walmart is a big investor in our community partner impact fund, and I thank them and all the Walmart stores for their supporting us over the last few years. But that amount of money, when you think about it, $1,200, you think, go into Habitat for Humanity, somebody's going to think, well, Habitat's a big organization. It's not going to make a difference. I'm here to tell you, ladies, that every one of these organizations, big or small, every dollar counts. They're not rolling in money and printing it in any of these places. And there are more and more needs. So you're meeting an incredible need. And the other thing that you brought up, Lori, that it's really, I'm so glad you did that, is the organizations that come to Volusia County Women Who Care and get funded, they all know about each other, but they meet each other and then oh, wait a minute, we
become family.
We can be a family, and we can share resources, and then we're making that money even go further, because now you can refer your clients to Volusia Free Clinic, and maybe they need food and they can go, or daycare, they can go to Early Learning Coalition, that kind of thing. So there's all kinds of synergies.
We can't wait to volunteer and help build something. I learned how to use a drill since I last saw you because I was a
Oh,
little
my
concerned.
goodness.
And my husband has been teaching me, so I have my pink hard hat, so I'm ready.
So we'll put you on the weekday warrior plan, already. And we have a women build coming up.
I know. I can't wait to hear all about it.
We're gonna have some more news about that in the next couple of months.
Yeah,
and
I'm excited.
hopefully you'll invite me back and I'll tell you all about
So
it.
how can we find out more information about you? Do you have a website? Can we call you? What can we do?
We do. Our website is getting ready to launch. We just redid it, but we do have a website. So it's Habitat GVC, which stands for Greater Volusia County, habitatgvc.org. And most importantly, our phone number, which is a great way to get started on the homeownership program if you want to volunteer, donate, or just learn about what we do. So that number is 386-257-9950. And I want to truly and sincerely, from our board of directors to our staff, and most importantly, the families that we serve, thank Teresa and Volusia County Women Who Care and Shelley for this great opportunity for communication. Every dollar counts, and that is so true. I have been in my job almost 25 years, and I know that every dollar counts.
Well, I've been
But-
so educated by all this. And so I
Yes.
appreciate that probably the most.
Right,
Is that
right.
my idea of what I thought you did and what happens are two
Yes.
different things. So why don't you just participate with you guys? You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Thank you.
Come out when you're building or come out to see a website or come
Yeah.
out whatever.
Yes.
And just be part of something. Go to the park and walk and see the
Oh,
book
right.
come to life.
I can't wait.
Right.
Yes.
Me too. I'm looking forward to that.
Yes.
It's on my list.
I
Yes.
know. Call and find out if you can get the insurance. I mean, what's the big deal? Make it a phone call. Come out. If you're a woman in this town and you own a business, don't own a business, have a day off and be part of this build. We're women strong, women rock. So, there's so many opportunities that we find out because of Volusia County Women That Care and
Yes.
because of Teresa. And I'm just honored that I got to be that little part that day. And it was so neat because when I was there, the pastor that used to have the property, I've known forever.
Oh, I didn't
And used to
know
be
that,
on
Shelley. Wow.
WAPN.
Oh, my
He had a
goodness.
program here on WAPN. And it was so cute. So when I saw him sit in front of me, I reached over and I said, "Do you know who I am?" He goes, "Yes, I do. What are you doing here?" And I thought,
What are you? Right.
what a small world.
Right. And meant to be,
Small
and
world,
it
but a
was,
big heart.
Yes. And it was our immediate board president who we named the street Beck's Legacy Way, Jeff Beck. He and his wife Lori went in search of finding that pastor to invite him to be there. And he took the time to
Yep.
come, which
Very
we were
good
so
man.
touched. But at the end of the day, I just want to tell you both that another piece that I think is so important that you do beyond the funds, which are so important for all of us, is the advocacy. Like you said, you're sharing the word about what we do, you're getting the correct information out to the community, and that helps us all so tremendously.
Well, give us that
Thank
phone
you.
number and the website one more time, please.
Thank you. 386-257-9950. We are right on International Speedway inside the Fifth Third Bank building where they provide free office space to us.
nice.
Very good partner. And also our website is habitatgvc.org. Thank you so very much.
Well, thank you so much for being here. And I look forward to doing more things together.
Excellent. Thank you.
Thank you, Lori. And now we continue. As I said, with the diversity
having
is
a great time here
incredible.
today.
We're having such a good time. Well, talk about diversity. In our third quarter, the recipient that received the member grant was Sophie's Circle.
And that was our first time,
Our
right?
first ever that animal organization was selected. And so Kathy Blackman, the founder of this incredible organization, is here, and she's going to tell us about Sophie's Circle. Again, illustrating the diversity, because when we care about our community, we care about the health of our individuals. We care about our environment. We care about the arts. We care about the animals. That is a signal of a healthy and caring civil community. And so I'm so proud that we recognize that as members, that everything in this community adds to the health and the quality of our lives, and we live here. It's all important. And Kathy, welcome.
Thank you.
Tell us who you're with. Of course, you told us, but
you,
and what
yes.
does that actually stand for, your organization?
I am with Sophie Circle, and it's actually Sophie Circle Dog Rescue. We sort of evolved into that. But Sophie was my dog that I found on her final day, that she was about to be euthanized. And I pulled her out of that shelter, and I took her home, and I made her my icon for good. I thought, we're going to do something here. And I'm very, very happy to say, Sophie passed on in 2013. But since 2008, when I found her, which was actually 2 days ago, so it was my anniversary of the organization, 18 years. And since then, we have exceeded 4,500 dogs that we have rescued and rehabbed and rehomed.
It's hard seeing them on Facebook. Let me just tell you.
It's hard listening to the phone calls.
Well, I'm allergic, so that kind of helps me out, you know. But
You told me that, or you would be on my hit list.
But it's so cute because I'll see the different ones show up, and I'm like, my little lip goes out, and I look at and I'll show a couple pictures to my husband, which is stupid because he's not allergic, and then I'll go, remember, I won't be able to breathe. But it's neat to see how you do it. I mean, how does that all happen? Do you need volunteers? How do you get the dogs? How do you do it all?
I need volunteers desperately. I posted last night, somebody was giving away puppies at the Walmart in Palm Coast on Saturday, so
How many did you bring home?
10.
I knew that.
all
I didn't even
10.
know. I didn't know that, but I knew that.
all 10. Yeah, and they're pit bulls. And one of the saddest things that we deal with in rescue is the fact that the most unfortunate of the breeds delivers the biggest litters, and they get into the wrong hands. And that represented 10 dogs going out to who knows where. You know, if fortunately somebody who knows me saw what was going on, went over, or was, you know, calling me as she was walking over saying, "You'll take these dogs, right?" And I'm thinking, oh my God, no, I don't want these dogs. But yes, of course I'll take them. So getting them all fixed and adopted means that if you take 10, you know, if you just do the simple math, that's 1,000 dogs. If each one has one litter, that's 1,000 dogs. People don't
do the math. Yeah,
we don't have a tidal wave coming at us right now. We have a tsunami. This is bad, and I don't think that the public, they see things on Facebook, they see what's kind of going on, but they don't understand that there's so many factors working against us right now. And the economy is a big one. People are losing their homes in epic numbers. This is terrible. I am talking to people all day long. I told my husband, I forget what it feels like to talk to people who aren't crying. You know, they're hysterical, and they have their pets, and they don't know what to do. They're in their car. They are literally in their car, calling me from their car, saying, "What do I do?" And you can only help so many. You can get in so over your head, which a lot of rescues are doing, and they have the ability to, like a drowning swimmer who is frantic and just grabs you and pulls you down under with them. You know, you have to stay calm, cool, collect, and keep your limitations in check. You have to know what you're capable of doing and what you're not capable of doing. And I'm doing the very best I can, but I'm going to be the first to admit, right now I have too many dogs.
So do you need partners? What does that solution look like for you?
The solution for me is I've gotten invited, a bunch of people who are in business. For instance, the Ormond Feed Store is a really aware person who understands like things are bad. So she invited me, come up on a Saturday and bring dogs. Fabulous. I can't do one more thing. I cannot add one more thing to my plate. My plate is overfull.
So you need volunteers to help you with those things.
I need somebody who will say, sure, I'll do that. I'm just going to sit there and talk to people and, you know, let these dogs get exposure, because then my fosters would take the dogs to the event. Now, we've been doing this at the pet supermarket on Granada for years. They've been wonderful to us. They're an amazing partner to us, and we do that one Saturday a month. Somebody else just invited us yesterday, and so I do have a dedicated volunteer who does the Granada, the pet supermarket. But something as simple as that, volunteers who just say, "Look, I'll do that once a month on a Saturday."
And how would they call you?
Call
go
me.
to a website. What
call
do we
me.
do?
My website has volunteer opportunities.
What is it though?
SophieCircle.org.
And how do they call you?
They call me at 386-690-6771.
So when the Volusia County Women That Care nominated you, you got picked, which was a first for us.
Never saw that coming.
I know, and you got this huge check, and we all got to come see your face, which was wonderful. What did you do with all that?
Spay and neuter. I am horrified at the amount of intact animals running around. I'm going to say that 95% of the dogs that I get into the rescue are intact. They have no
Okay, now
vaccines.
a lot of people, don't understand what that means in English. so
Intact
explain.
means that they are capable of having, of reproducing. They have the goods. They have, so the females aren't spayed and the males aren't neutered. They have no vaccines in most cases. I mean, none. They've not even had their puppy shots.
Wow.
And they have bellies full of worms. Hookworms are epidemic right now. Hookworms are terrible, and they're very, very persistent. It takes a while to get rid of hooks. Yeah. So what I do is, I give the Mac Daddy treatment to every single dog who comes in. I treat the dogs like they're my very own. Nobody gets shortchanged in my world. So they get everything. They get the heartworm test. God forbid they're heartworm positive. We treat it. I've got 6 dogs right now being treated for heartworm.
How many dogs do you have right now?
I have 50 plus.
50 plus?
Yes, I'm overloaded. I am. I'll be the first to admit it.
And so do you foster those out then? Is that how you
They're
do it?
all in foster homes, and
Okay.
that's my biggest need. I need foster homes.
And what do you mean by a foster home?
A foster home is somebody who will just hold that dog for me until I can find him a safe home. I can't stress enough how important it is that this dog be safe. Once I get that dog from whatever condition it's in, wherever, if it's in the shelter and it's scheduled to be euthanized, if it's in the car with the person who just got kicked out of their home, if it's a domestic abuse situation, there's so much of that. You can't even believe how much of that there is. If it's
I didn't know about any of this stuff. I did not.
Oh, it goes on
Until
and
I
on.
met you.
The list is endless. And so every single call is a new scenario, and then I have to, in my mind, calculate, okay, how urgent is this? Can I push this person off? The guy who called me the other day that his wife died and he really doesn't want her dog. Okay, shame on you, buddy, but I will figure it out and I'll get her dog into safety. But you are on my low priority list.
Right, because the dog's not at risk.
Right. And if you hurt that dog, I'm going to, it's going to get ugly. But he's low priority. The person obviously in the car is high priority. The dog that's going to be euthanized is high priority. Right. You kind of gauge it by how much time do I have? And I do ask people that who are surrendering for different reasons. Well, I'm pregnant. Okay, you are so low priority.
Yeah, right, exactly.
I'll get back to you when I get back to you.
What do you have to be a foster?
You have to hold the dog safe. That's it. I provide all medical. I provide all supplies. Yesterday, one of my fosters came to my house. My husband, God love him, he's just
Gotta be a
a
saint.
gem. He is a saint. He is. So before he went to work, he ran to where we keep the supplies, to the supply house, and he, pee pads, because she took 2 puppies. Pee pads and toys and leashes and collars and food and you name it, and I just had it piled up for her, and I just put it outside the garage door, and they just run and grab it. And
So is that a need that you have for people to donate?
Yeah, we always need that. We always need. See, these are the supplies that we just burn through. We're burning through pee pads. We're burning through food. And then also keep in mind, Sophie Circle originally started as a pet food pantry. So for 18 years, I've been giving food to low-income families because I don't want these dogs to lose their home. And if it is a simple case of they can't afford to feed them, here you go. I'll give you food till the end of time. I don't care.
Right.
If that keeps that animal in its home. So that's something we were doing. But then, all of a sudden, hey, can you help me with my dog? Next thing you know, I'm in deep and I'm, rescuing the dogs. And so that has become my primary focus. So with that said, I always have food, and I always take care of anyone who needs food, always. And I always take care of my fosters. My fosters are number one in my world, and so if they need it, they get it. And whatever they want, I don't care.
So what does it cost for, I know you got a check for, it was $35,000 or something?
No, it was more than that.
Okay. I couldn't remember.
$37,108.
Yes, it was.
So how many dogs did that help?
49 dogs were spay and neutered with that money, and that is huge. Again, do the simple math. Each litter times, that's that many more dogs. That took such a burden off of us, because I was looking at my list of needs, and I was looking at my credit card and balance, and I was just looking at what the future held, and to just get an influx of money like that, and to be able to just boom, 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 get these dogs, one after another, get them fixed. We have spay and neuter laws in Volusia County. They are on the books. I was one of the people who fought for spay and neuter laws, right. And they do not enforce them. And that, to me, is one of the biggest tragedies of this county. The work that we put into it, you can't imagine how hard it was to get these, every single city and then the county, to put these laws on the books and to have them so disregarded. I could personally call animal control, and I have done this many times, and say, they are breeding Chihuahuas in the woods. I can tell you exactly where you can walk into the woods. I can give them the, there's nothing we can do about it.
That's sad.
So it's our world. And so I can't focus on that. I have to focus on
what you can do right now,
what I can fix and what I can control. And so I can control 49 dogs from having
That's a lot.
A litter. Yes, it is. Teresa?
Yeah, if you multiply that, oh, yeah.
So how can we get a hold of you? Tell us your website again and a phone number.
SophieCircle.org, and it's 386-690-6771.
If we need to volunteer, if we want to volunteer, we want to donate.
I need fosters. Again, it costs you nothing to be a foster other than your time. And so many fall in love. I just had a foster fail the other day. He got, this poor dog, if you saw the condition of this poor dog. He was out roaming around. He walked up to somebody who happened to have adopted 4 dogs from me. And so she called me and said, you will take this dog. Yeah. So anyway, Domino ended up at the ER, cost the rescue $4,600. His digestive system just stopped after he vomited unimaginable things. Anyway, he was with his foster. She had to go out of town on a trip. I put him with a temporary foster. 2 days later, he said to me, you're going to hate me. I won't be able to foster anymore. I said, he said,
I'm adopting.
I'm keeping Domino.
That's cute. Give that phone number one last time.
386-690-6771.
Thank you so much for coming
Kathy.
in.
Thank you so much. Really.
God bless you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kathy. And again, demonstrating the diversity of the kinds of organizations that the Volusia County Women Who Care members fund. So next, we're going to move forward to the fourth quarter of 2025, and we're going to start with, again, we're going to diverse. We're going to go to Cinder's Retreat. And Cinder's Retreat deals with seniors, and it's a senior daycare.
Was this our first senior?
First senior, and
Okay.
so again, what an incredible array of services that the members have allotted to happen. So Anna, would you join us? And Anna's going to tell us. Anna Randolph is going to tell us about Cinder's Retreat and how important it is for not only for a place for our seniors to go in the daytime where their caregivers can work and take care of themselves, and caregivers need a respite. What an incredible vision you have and service you provide. Anna, why don't you tell us?
Okay, well, let me tell you how we started. And, for the last 30 years, I have been giving the adult daycare caregiving for seniors in Volusia County through 2 adult daycare centers, Stay for a Day and Centers Retreat. And when people come, family comes, I need a little time for respite, could we enroll in the adult daycare? They do it through private pay, they do it through insurance that the government provide, that they have to apply, or they just cannot come, okay? Right. And we have a binder full of people that have applied for insurance. It's called long-term care insurance. And they wait there for 1 month, 3 months, a year, 2 years. Sometimes they pass and they're not called to get the insurance. And the idea of Centers Retreat Foundation was to be a provider while they wait for insurance. So they can receive services, the families can take a break while the government provides insurance for adult daycare services. So this is how the foundation was created, with that objective 4 years ago.
Yeah, oh, nice.
And what is it that we provide there? Well, we provide 2 meals, exercise, socialization. They do cognitive activities, and the most important thing is that they're cared for. We do a care plan. We make sure that they don't fall, and the family get a break, because this is people that are totally sometimes burned out 24/7. And let's face it, seniors are kind of over.
Hey, now I'm a senior.
Well, I'm a senior too, but seniors are overlooked on services and care, and that's a fact. And they're put aside, and we have contributed a lot in this world, in this society, in this United States of America. So anyway, because of that, the foundation was created, and the money that we raise, the funds that we raise, we put it 100%. We created a scholarship of 2 days a week that costs $80 each day, and we provide 2 days a week to the person that is being given to until they receive the insurance. Once they receive the insurance, they go to Council on Aging.
Right.
They, because Council on Aging is a provider, and Council on Aging will refer us to us or to whatever other agency, they are referred to for services. And that was the thing I seen so many people pass. We call them, oh, how is the insurance coming along? Oh, they passed. Oh, how have you been called from Elder Source? Oh, no, they fell, broke their hip. They went to a nursing home. They didn't come out of there, et cetera, et cetera. And that's what put, the fire on my heart to open the foundation. Me as a provider of the adult daycare, the 2 adult daycares, is so many we can give for free, because we have employees, we have to pay, we have mortgages, et cetera, et cetera. So it's so many. Like I'm telling you, Pedro.
Pedro right.
is a recipient of 2 days a week, from the foundation, and we give 3 days for free to Pedro, so the wife can work.
Pedro was he's 90.
97.
97.
97.
Charming man that they are able to provide this service, and his wife has to work to support him.
And
we just don't know. We don't know what's out there. That's what I love about finding. I never knew about you.
Yes.
And there's you look for services, and it gets overwhelming because you don't even know what you're looking for when you're trying to help somebody.
Mm-hmm. And the thing is that, many people come to us when they're about to jump from a building.
Right.
They're so frustrated.
So stressed.
They're
right.
so stressed out. And, they come and they cry. And sometimes you said, okay, well, we give them 1 day for free just to give them a day, but it's so much we can do. And I feel Anna Randall cannot do this by herself, cannot continue doing this. The community have to be
So how would we help?
engaged.
Well, how would we help you? Do we call you? Do you have a website?
Yeah,
what do we
we
do?
have a website under the Senders Retreat. It's called Senders Retreat Foundation. If you Google that, and there is a QR code that people can donate. They can call the 386-734-4442. And also, that's why we applied for this grant, because that would have been, it really helped us now. It provided 120 hours of adult daycare.
That's wonderful.
And we gave it to Pedro.
That's wonderful.
And we gave it to Pedro. She had the opportunity to meet him. But we doing fundraisers. We did a paint with Natasha not long ago, and we raised $100. It takes so much effort to raise $900. And we did a painting. We do meals that we prepare and we sell, and people come and drive through. In October 10th of this coming year, we have joined partnership with Family Health Source, and we're doing a huge health fair. It's called Tiny Toes to Senior Years. not to golden years, and it's going to be a health fair for the entire community, and all the funds raised are going to be for the scholarships for the foundation. And what we're going to do is we're going to sell, the tables. People are going to provide services for the entire family, not only for seniors, so we can get the community involved. And we are asking for sponsors, of course. We ask for volunteers to help us. We ask actually people that know how to sing. They can come to the center and entertain the seniors. Any talent, read to them. The simple thing as visiting them, visit. They're so happy. You sit with them, they talk, and they have so wonderful stories to tell and share.
Oh, I love the stories because, I think of all the things that have happened in my lifetime. From not having internet to not having cell phones to the things that we have now. Just can you imagine? That is the best thing ever, is to sit with somebody older. And I'm old, but to sit with somebody older that has another group of stuff that they could tell us, and that they didn't even have a radio. That cracks me up. I think there's always been a radio. You know what I'm saying? So volunteering is a wonderful thing. Finances is a need.
It's a need.
And so how do we get a hold of you? Give us your phone number again and your website.
The number is 386-734-4442, and the website is the SendersRetreatFoundation.org.
And when is your event that you're looking for people?
It's in October 10th.
Okay.
But they can volunteer now. They can come and help us. During the day, we are open 8 to 5, Monday to Friday. And during that time, we have what is called, which you need to come.
Okay.
You too. An open door policy. You can come and say, I want a tour, and any hour. So you can see what is it that we're doing in the morning, at 10, at 11, at 3, and we give you a tour. You can interact with the clients. You can sit down. You can eat a meal with us, have coffee, and see exactly. Unless you visit, you cannot get a vision.
Right.
I can spend here 2 hours talking, but
We encourage
You
you. Now,
have to-
should we call though before we come, or can people just come?
People can come. I
Okay.
have the open door policy,
Okay.
so there is not, I'm preparing for you because
Right.
you're coming. No. We do this. We have it down pack. This is what we offer. We're proud of our program. It's a social, cognitive, and physical activities for and the most important thing is that if people are losing their cognitive level, we keep them at that level. Why? Because we engage them. We engage them. They eat together. They dance together. They color together. They play dominoes. And that
them
is
safe.
That interaction, that socialization, is being proven by the Alzheimer's Association that you need good nutrition, socialization, and physical activity.
I agree.
To stay healthy.
Don't we all?
And yes, that's what I'm saying. We all need that, and that's what we offer at the center. So
And where's the center location?
we have 2 locations. One is in the land off Orange Camp Road, across the street from Victoria Park. They cannot miss that. And then the other one is in Town Center Drive in Orange City. I'm not going to give the address, but Stay for a Day, the name, you can Google Stay for a Day, very simple. And also Senders Retreat. And the word Senders Retreat came from sender, whoever comes there, that one, send it to us because we can have an impact in their lives.
I love it. That phone number one last time?
386-734-4442. I want to ask you, when we're close by to the event, can you invite me so I can announce it here?
You'll have to email me.
There you go.
She asked me a loaded question live on the air.
Thank
I'm going to
you,
put you on
Anna.
the spot, but I will
Well, you have to email me. Yeah. Thank you so much for coming in, and God bless you.
Thank you, Anna.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you so much.
All right.
And you're listening to WAPN Holly Hill, WAPB Madison, so I don't get a fine.
Yeah, there you go.
All right,
exactly.
who's coming up next?
Anna, thank you so much for that. And also, Lori wanted me, as she kind of snuck out from Habitat to Humanity, to just let everybody know that, are you ready for home ownership? We're ready for you. They're having an open house on Saturday, January 31st from 10 to 2. At 739 Alabama Street in Daytona Beach. And then you're going to learn a little bit about how you can become a homeowner. So if there's
I
someone
think you should
listening,
totally go, because the education behind Lori is amazing. I mean, what I thought, and what, like I said, I say that all the time. What my whole idea was, I don't know, but it's totally different,
Right.
and it's very interesting. So
very
show up and
interesting.
see.
Yeah, this is, and particularly if you are interested in home ownership, and this is a pathway for you. So I really encourage you that. So we talked about diversity. diversity, and I know that so we have two more people to hear from. It's been a long morning, but what an exciting journey, right?
Oh, well,
The
gosh, just to see what the community has done for the community, I love it.
I love it too, and I hope our members are listening, and I hope they get an idea of the how their generosity has spread across our community. So next, to show you the diversity, I want to ask. We also have, but not often, but we have funded the arts. So next,
Another
I want
cool one that I didn't know we were funding.
Yeah,
so that was neat.
this is interesting. Through our Community Partner Impact Grant, Halifax Repertory Theater, Sandra Cook, we asked her to come in and talk to us about what her vision, her and her husband, and what they've done in this community. Now, they're unique in that, they have generous hearts, not unique in the generous hearts, but they have generous hearts. They're incredibly talented, theatrically and talented, musically talented, and they've done this out of their own pockets, but they've got a vision for our community to make this type of service, ability for our young people and individuals that care about theater and entertainment. And isn't that important for all of us?
Totally, because we need it, and our youth needs it.
Our youth needs it. I mean, if you have a young person that your child or grandchild who has talent, what an opportunity for them to learn and explore and express and grow in that area. Because not all of us are rocket scientists.
No.
Not all of us are STEM. Can do that. But some of us have different talents, and don't we want that diversity in our education and in our community? And don't we want resources? So I am so proud to know Sandra and to hear a little bit more about the Halifax Repertory Theater. Sandra Cook.
Well, good morning.
Good morning. How are you? You know what I thought about when I think of you? I think about, how we always say to our kids or our grandkids, don't be a drama king or queen.
Oh, of course.
You want them to be a drama king or queen. Every time I think of you, I think of that you're happy. Yep.
Absolutely. Those are my favorite children. And based on what you just said, Teresa, you're going to love what I have to say. So we have decided that this coming August, we are going to open a academy. We're going to be a school.
Wow.
Yes, we're super excited about it. We have so many talented kids that we see and that we deal with. And we're going to do middle through high school is where we're going to start it, because that's really the age when they start to say, you know what, this could become a career for me. Mm-hmm. This is my passion. This is my love. This is what I want to do with my life. And so we decided to open an academy. HRT Academy will be opening in August. And we are going to have academics in the morning. And then the afternoon will be filled with all different types of arts classes. It'll be music, it'll be dance, it'll be acting classes. We're going to bring in a lot of specialty teachers that can maybe do a week on sound engineering and teach these kids how to go if they get a gig, to play guitar somewhere and sing, how to set up the equipment, what you need, what plugs into what, because these are all important skills for these kids to learn. And there's nowhere around here that's currently doing that. So in addition to our theatrical productions that we're going to be putting on and our voice lessons and our other classes, we decided that this was a need that the community has. There are a lot of kids that don't want to go to traditional schooling, and this would provide them an opportunity.
So is it a full year schooling?
Oh yeah, we're going to be an actual, we'll have two different options. You can complete your schooling there with us, all of the core classes, and then the afternoon arts academy. Or if there are homeschool students that like their program and want to continue on with what they've been doing for several years, they can just join us in the afternoon for the Academy of the Arts portion of it.
And where will we find out all this information?
Well, this is all in the works of being developed.
News. Like
yes,
you just decided this out in the foyer.
No,
Hi, honey, I decided
it's been in the
Academy.
works. We're kind of going through all of the motions and everything that we need to do, and locating the qualified teachers and the people that we need to bring in to launch in August. So we'll have everything probably on our website and updated on social media and everything. Probably, I would say April, May.
But can we call you and ask you about it now?
Of course.
Okay. And
of course.
What do we call you? What number?
You can call me at 386-290-9963.
Because there's a lot of talented people here.
There are so many talented people, and we love working with the teens. They're so creative. They're so passionate. They are very dramatic, but we've really enjoyed working with the youth. And I mean, they're the future of tomorrow. So we want to really bring in wonderful instructors. We've got people that are coming down from New York, a couple, husband and wife, very, very talented, that have been in New York for several years working. They're coming down in February and going to work with us full time.
And I think it's such a great time now with schooling, because back when I was young, it was if you were in this zone, this is where you're going to school. But we have a governor here in the state of Florida that has just done amazing and allowed us to do different ways of
magnets.
schooling. You know what I'm saying? Homeschooling, going to, co-op schooling, going to all the different things. And I just love that as a parent, we have choices, and also actually the student, because sometimes we're just not normal and we don't want to go to a normal thing. We need that extra art, or we need that extra whatever.
Well, and the arts have been so defunded in the schools
Totally.
that, this will allow them to have another opportunity. And, we do plan on getting involved in the Step Up for Kids program and, all of the other possibilities for sponsorship. We've decided to earmark the funds that we were able to get through Women Who Care, the $1,250 for school supplies. So that we can use those to start to build the program and get everything that we need in so that the kids have what they need. But yeah, we're really excited about it. My husband is huge on education. Jack was a history high school teacher before he became an attorney. And so education is really important to him. Yeah. And so he believes, in this and really wanted to do something that's going to be beneficial for our youth and for our program. Because the more these kids learn, the more they can become adults to work in our shows.
No, but if you have something that you enjoy going to school for, it changes everything. Because like when I was younger, my parents required that we did something fun besides just going to school. I did that to my children, because I think that if you have something that you enjoy going to, be it swimming, be it arts, be it dancing, whatever it is, it does change, and it gives you a group of core-like people that like the same things.
Like-minded people.
So I think that all makes a big difference. So congratulations on this new adventure.
Thank you. Yeah, we're really excited about it.
That's
it's going to
really
be
cool.
a very fun 2026. And of course, we're still doing our karaoke kids nights. We have one this Saturday, which is going to be fun.
And what is a karaoke kid night, and where's it at?
Well, we open up our studio, which is at 615 South Young Street, right down the road. We open up our studio and do karaoke kids. So from 6 to 9, the kids get to come in. We do pizza and snacks, $15 to help cover the cost of the pizza. And they get to spend 3 hours singing whatever they want.
And what is the age group on that one?
We do 8 and up.
Okay.
So 8 and up is when we start that. So those are just really fun nights, way to get to know other kids that are involved in our program, and that that
reminds me of back in the day, youth camp at church and stuff.
Yeah, we
would
have
do stuff
so
like
much
that.
fun.
I am sure you have fun.
We do.
I went to the Jammies and Jingles performance, and you could just tell everybody on that stage was having fun. And in the audience, I had fun just watching it. It was uplifting. And what an incredible talent you and your husband are, and your 2 kids. They have 2 children that sang with them, and wow, it's a family of talent.
It is a family affair.
And you're sharing it.
Forced family fun, as I tell my 16-year-old son.
I bet. Well,
he's very talented, and so we force him to be involved.
Well,
that's cute at that age.
Yeah, that is huge. Well, I know that a few of my grandchildren are very talented and enjoy the arts. One loves music, and another music, and it's so nice for them to have a place to go to, to experience that and to grow in that area and to explore that possibility. And it enriches their life. I mean, it also makes them, as you said, Shelley, it's a great point. It makes them much more apt to stay with their academics because it's part of it, So I think it supports it. And I think if the kids are happy and they're getting to explore the things that touch their heart.
Happy kids, happy life.
Happy kids, happy life. Absolutely.
Well, and the arts are, in our opinion, that's why we went with Halifax Repertory Theater, HRT, Heart. It's the heart of the community. Yeah. It really is. And it brings people together, and, it allows a lot of these kids need that expression. They love doing things with other like-minded children, and they bond together. I mean, some of the friendships that they create are lifelong. My best friends that I have, I did theater with when I was 13.
What's your
still
next
to this day.
performance? Do you have one
So
coming up?
we have 3 amazing performances coming up that we are unbelievably excited about. The first one is going to be at the Ormond Beach Performing Arts Center, April 25th to May 3rd. We're doing a Broadway review show. So anyone, especially who hasn't been to a show or it's a new experience for them, it's wonderful because we hit all of the big show-stopping numbers, and so you don't really have to follow a story. You're just getting to see different entertainment from different shows, and you might look at it and say, oh, I really love that one. One of the things we're going to do with that show, too, is we're going to highlight some of the shows that we've talked about doing and allow the audience some voting of what did you like? What do you want our 2027 season to be?
That's cool.
Do you love
I
this
like those
one?
kind of things
All
that you do
right.
that, yep.
Yeah, so we can do community involvement that way. Following that, we'll be at the News Journal Center in the last week of June and first week of July doing 1776, which is a wonderful musical all about our Declaration of Independence, which was signed 250 years ago.
Yeah,
So this is
big
the
thing this
anniversary.
year, yeah.
So we're doing that one. And then the first 2 weekends of August, we are doing Hadestown Teen.
And then
which
she's
is
resting the
great.
rest of the year.
Oh no, that's when the academy will open.
first-
Yeah, so we're doing Hadestown Teen, which is really special because it's just newly to license. It's still on Broadway. It's an incredible show, and we're really excited to do that one. That'll be all ages 12 to 18. So that would be a great one for anyone in the community that's got kids or grandkids that are interested to come and check that out and see what our teens can do.
So tell us how we find you.
You find me at halifaxrep.com, on Facebook and Insta at Halifax Repertory Theater, or you can call me directly at 386-290-9963.
It's so nice having you today, and I'm super excited about your academy because
Me too.
I mean, there's kids out there that are like, there's parents out there that are going, wow, finally. Because I've got that kid that can do that kind of stuff, but nowhere to go.
Yeah, there's no other place that's doing that in Ormond.
Congratulations.
So we're really excited about it.
Thank you for coming in today.
Thank you, and thank you to Women Who Care for everything.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank you, Sandra. And I'm going to see you in a few minutes. We've got we've got some other business to do that I can talk about later. But to wrap this show up, I know we've gone over Shelley and I, but it's been so much fun. The last quarter, last but not least, certainly not least, is Laura Walker from Presbyterian Counseling Center. We're so excited that she's here. They were the recipient of our fourth quarter member grant, received $36,368, and I can't wait to hear from Laura and tell us about what this has done for you.
I mean, it's got it. I remember her face. So tell us about the face and what it is. Yes, and what it has done.
I think I'm still smiling. I have started sleeping again, which is good.
That's important, because that does help.
But the possibilities and the amazing, incredible opportunities for stability and sustainability. We use those phrases with our clients, but I was thinking this morning it's the same for our organizations. You've said how important these funds are for every organization, every nonprofit, and it's true. I mean, part of this funding went to, we had a huge increase in our liability insurance for this year. So a piece of that helped cover our liability insurance. We can't
How weird
operate
was
without
that not to have to worry about that?
Oh my gosh. We set aside $10,000 of it in a 90-day CD to plan for things that we think are going to happen in this first quarter. Other people have mentioned it. There are people losing insurance. Some insurance is having very high deductibles or excluding mental health, which
I don't get that at all.
I think should be
I know.
possible, but
I don't either.
it still is. So there are cases where people either don't have insurance or have insurance that is inadequate to allow them to come to sessions. And that's the biggest bulk of what we're doing always is direct service. It's just been amazing to be able to face these times of people running into crisis and calling and saying, I'm going to have to stop my therapy, and me saying, actually, you're not.
How weird is that to be
It
able to
is.
bless somebody when they least expect it, and that is life changing for them.
Gosh. It's for all of us. Being able to continue these relationships. I had a woman just start crying and say, "This is my medicine." And this is a woman I talked to 6 months ago on the phone and could barely get information from her to get her scheduled.
And her life has changed.
Her life has changed. And for her to be able to say, for her originally saying, "I'm going to have to stop," to "I'm going to be able to continue with my therapist."
It's huge.
That is huge.
Oh my goodness. I
Now,
can't
has it
begin to
opened
tell you.
other doors yet for you? Because I know that as we've heard from different people, different things have happened besides that big check. And I was so sad that I got to miss that. I had to miss that day, but I had a granddaughter's birthday. That was kind of important.
Congratulations.
Because I wanted to go see it, and I wanted to go in the kids' room. I had priorities, okay? But what other things has it opened? Has it opened it because people know more about you, or how's that played out?
It's been a two-way street. The awareness and the part of our goal is awareness in the community of mental health. So being featured in the newspaper, being featured on the radio, telling people, "Hey, we've been here 40 years, but you may have overlooked us."
Right.
40 years in February. That's our anniversary. Wow. So this is a big commitment in our community that we've stuck with for a long time. It's very important to us. Being able to show people what we do in the context of our DeLand main office with our child-centered therapy areas, our play therapy, our art therapy, all of that was really fabulous. And it's a two-way street. The number of people who have come to us since the check presentation, since that unbelievable evening, and said, "You helped my family in ways I can't begin to tell you." Mm-hmm. Or, "I was a school counselor and I referred tons of people to you." Or, "I'm a physician in the community and you're on my speed dial. I use you all the time." You don't always get that feedback. Right. Mm-hmm. So as I'm writing thank you notes and talking to people about this gift, more and more people are providing that feedback to us too, say.
Well, it was an open door. I think that because it's a closed conversation.
Correct.
I mean, I have admitted I've been in therapy before, and there's nothing wrong with staying in it. And I think that therapy is very important. But I think that it's not talked about.
Right.
I don't know why it's so weird that people don't want to talk about it. Is it maybe because they feel like they can't afford it, or insurance isn't going to cover it? Or why do you think it's such a weird thing to talk about?
We have a Facebook existence too. We want to portray the perfect parts of our lives and the things that are going well. We don't want to talk about the vulnerabilities and the things that bring us pain and sadness and discomfort. We keep those quiet. But I had another woman that we talked to that we were able to continue therapy for say, "This is the first time I have felt heard in 30 years. Wow. She said, "I had this session and this therapist, Mason in our DeLand office, she said, he just listened to me without judgment, and I was able to be heard with compassion. I am so thrilled to be able to continue this work." What else is there? That's all you want to do, is be able to tell people mental health is important. People grieve. People are challenged. Things happen with their families and their children. Sometimes you just need that outside support.
I think more than sometimes. I think that we just don't know how to approach it. Yeah. I think that we feel like there's a big sign on us, but going to therapy is not like this huge sign that everybody's outside with banners going, "Oh, you've got that problem." It's actually talking to somebody that's just going to be neutral and just letting you explain, today was not a good day, or today was a great day, because there's great days also, isn't there?
Absolutely.
And they might not have anybody to share it with.
That's it.
How many trained counselors do you have, and how many different locations?
We currently are operating 9 locations with 19 therapists. Wow. It's ever changing. Every semester, some of our folks, we add folks, some folks graduate, some folks get registered, some folks get licensed. So we have a lot of opportunity with people coming in and growing as therapists in their practice. Typically, they already have some other experience. They're close to or finished with their master's degree, and they're building those hours of direct service with a supervisor. We also have 9 licensed therapists, and I think they average better than 15 years experience apiece. So there's a lot of trauma background.
I was going to say, what kind of therapy do you have? Do you have all kinds of therapy? Do you reach out just to certain groups?
We do a lot of parenting support and co-parenting support. A lot of that is post-divorce or splitting up, where there are children to be raised in a hopefully neutral and loving space that doesn't, impact them just because that relationship didn't work out. We do a lot with children birth to 5 and their parents and caregivers. We work with children from the school system that are referred to as in Volusia and Flagler, ages 5 to 18. We work with adults. We do some chronic mental health work with anxiety, depression, bipolar, schizophrenic, so forth. And we do a lot with transition work for adults, whether that's in relationship with couples or families, or transitions through life. I'm going to be retiring. My whole structure of my life is changing.
It is
those
weird.
kinds of things. There are a lot of transitions that happen in life, and sometimes navigating that path and finding yourself. You talk about people thinking they have a sign over their head. I think it's just the opposite. You start hearing from your family, you have more patience. You're not as brittle as you were, or, I'm glad you're feeling better, Mom.
Oh, I like that.
I think
like that.
that's the impact that kind of happens quietly behind the scenes.
So, you have different hours? Do you guys just do it 8 to 5? How does that work for therapy for people? Because people that are listening nowadays, we all have different lives. We're no longer drive time. People always say to me, "Well, are you drive time?" No. Everybody works first shift, second shift, third shift. They're juggling between 4 jobs. How does that work for therapy?
That's exactly how we figure it works too, because we have people who are in school part-time or their parents, and so they've got their own kids in school. We have a variety of options. We have people, Michelle in our Port Orange office starts at 7:30 in the morning. She's available for those sessions in person or video health at 7:30. We have people that run through until 8 p.m. in the evenings. It is harder to get those afternoon and evening sessions because they're very in demand. We have some folks who work Saturdays, same thing. Those hours are just in demand. But having that availability, like 8 to 4 on Saturdays, also
Huge.
allows people to bring kids that they don't want to take out of school, things like that. So we try to make ourselves available.
So video, you do where you can do it like when we do a doctor visit, the same thing as therapy?
Exactly. Yeah, telehealth is very popular. About 30% of our sessions are telehealth or video health. Okay. Even it started in COVID. You could have your appointments when you couldn't get together in person. Right. A lot of people kind of said, you know what? It only takes me an hour to have the session if I am already working from home and I don't have to drive there and drive back. Or I'd like to go in person, but today my child is sick and I need to be home with them, but I can still do my session. So we do a lot of hybrid work as well, where people do a combination of both.
That was one of the best things that came out of COVID. I mean, it was.
Right.
People always like to complain about that, but I remember a couple years ago, I was very, very ill. I couldn't have even made it to a doctor. I was that sick. They just put me up on a video thing, and they go, "Oh yeah, you look bad."
Yeah.
And I thought, so I didn't even have to drive there to find that out.
I
do it in PJs.
But I do like that you offer that, because I didn't think that would be a service that could be offered that way.
Absolutely.
Now, how do you go for paying for your services? Do you guys you take insurance? Is it slide and scale? Is it giving up our firstborn child? How does it work in therapy?
We don't want your children.
Darn
Other
it.
than that,
Man, I had a plan.
other than that, all of it works. We do take almost all commercial insurance. We don't take Medicaid. We take Medicare and most commercial products. We have a sliding scale with some grant assistance. United Way gives us some grant assistance, as well as some of our local churches, First United Methodist, not just Presbyterian churches, many churches. And so we have a grant assistance when it's needed. We have a private pay rate. We can work with folks from a variety of levels of ability to pay, and we can use those grant funds again to help subsidize when there's a high deductible or a challenging copay, which is sometimes the case even for folks who are insured. So
Who do we
try
talk
to make
to?
sure
Who do we call? Because this sounds like way better than we thought.
it is. It is. You can reach us through our text or phone. That's another great thing that came out of COVID. You can call or text us at 386-258-1618. Either myself or Samantha will receive your call or text and respond to you immediately. We send intake paperwork out to you. It can be done privacy of your own home. It takes about 15 or 20 minutes. Once that's completed, you get back with us and we look at scheduling options. And we're typically scheduling within 3 to 14 days.
I just love that the texting thing is going on also, because you're on hold or whatever, and if you're like me at work and I want to do a quick thing, texting is wonderful. I don't know too many people that actually do that. So that's a wonderful service.
I would say 70 or 80% of our initial contacts come in by text now. And usually it's people saying, I'm at work.
No, and so I love that.
Yeah.
that you do
But I
that.
can schedule my child's appointment, which she desperately needs. So
Right.
it lets you fit things in around the edges, which we're all trying to do now.
No, I do love that service that you offer that. Now, do you do anything with veterans? Because I know that's always a big thing, the veterans and their needs, or is that not something that you deal with?
It's a combination answer. So we have contracts with various providers in the community, including Volusia Recovery Alliance, and a lot of you know Karen is a member of Volusia County Women Who Care also. We have a contract with them to see their first responders and folks that are in recovery that need some counseling services. So we typically do that through them.
Okay.
Most people who are post-military have some insurances that the VA will cover. In cases where they're not getting the right care or not finding what they need, we will work with them on a sliding scale and using those grant opportunities to try and make sure services are affordable.
I had a listener ask me, so that's why I wanted to make sure and
Perfect.
ask you. The other day, they said, "Do you know if they do this?" I said, "I don't know, but I will be seeing her." So our first thing is to text or call you, and what is that number?
386-258-1618.
And how hard is the process once I text you?
10 to 15 minutes in front of your computer, on your phone, your tablet. You can do it all remotely. Very straightforward. There are a few cases where people aren't really able to do that. And when that happens, we do it in person, but it helps us to not waste the first session or not spend a lot of the first session getting your paperwork done. If we can get it done ahead of time, then we can spend that first session starting to dig in, get to know you, get some background, and start making a plan for where you're headed. So whenever we can do that, we do it and go from the get-go.
And do you help clients that maybe just need to get over that hump? You know what I'm saying? Maybe they only need 1 or 3 sessions because they're going through that dramatic thing right now. Maybe we need a year. Maybe we need a lifetime. I don't know. But is therapy, you have to commit for a lifetime?
I would say there's probably 2 camps for the most part. A lot of therapy is very brief and solution focused. There's something called an employee assistance plan. A lot of employers offer it. Most people don't even know that their employers offer it, but it allows 3 to 12 sessions typically, and it's for those brief solution focused things. They get you through a crisis. If you need to continue after that, you can use insurance, but if not, that's sometimes all that's needed. We used to say that the average therapy was about 7 to 12 weeks. Now, there are camps of people who are more like it's a maintenance program, more like chiropractic, I would say. And they need that once a month session just to check in, keep balance, keep focused, get feedback, and make sure that they're held accountable for doing what they said they wanted to do.
So it's a la carte in a way.
Absolutely.
Okay, because in my mind, I always think, well, are you a lifer then? Or do you have to say, oh, she's depressed about this or she's anxiety about, so she's got to have 482 sessions. It's not like that, is it?
You can have 3 and then come back 6 months later, or I got a call this morning from our clinical director. One of the children that she worked with is now in college, doing young adult life, looking for work, and said, I want to come back and do a check-in with you, do a few sessions, and just kind of get back on track.
I love that.
And we do multi-generational, I'll get a call and say, well, I saw you, and now my grandchild needs something, or, so, yeah, we like to be that resource, and it can be as little or as much as you and your therapist.
I love that because,
Absolutely.
when you're sitting here listening to you and you're thinking, well, I could do that or whatever, and we always think about money. We do, but your mental health, it doesn't matter how much the money is. I mean, sanity is very important, isn't it?
It is. We do try to make sure we never turn anybody away for financial reasons. We have flexibility to help people, even if we use all variety. We'll pull in anything we can to try and make sure we can get somebody covered and seen. So
I love
that's
that.
not going to be the answer.
So what is your number, website, all those fun things?
PresbyterianCounseling.com is our website, and 386-258-1618 is our phone number. I'm at extension 2. If you want me directly, just call. I'm Laura, and it's extension 2. You get right to me.
Okay. And are you out of the finances, or is there still some left?
Oh no, there's still some. We've only had it since December 18th.
Okay.
So we haven't spent it all yet.
Yeah.
We've made lists and lists and lists, and we have a board meeting coming up. We want to talk with our board about, here are some ideas, here are some things we're thinking about. We have a couple new programs that we talked about putting
sure it
out
wasn't
for
reality
co-parenting.
until it actually
Oh
came.
no, it's still not. I mean, it's still just phenomenal. The impact is phenomenal. You have to know.
Now, why did you choose to go to Volusia County Women in Care? How did you get involved?
Somebody at United Way mentioned that they were doing this, and United Way has been an amazing resource for us as well. We got involved with them in 2021. Once I attended the first meeting by myself. I sat with Carol that you talked to earlier, and I thought, oh, what a cool lady. What a cool thing.
I
Wow.
love that. That's what everybody does.
Wow. She's done some, and they've done this 3 times, and she helped found this. This is incredible. And I just sat there by myself and kind of was
In awe,
wide-eyed. Yeah, just amazed at what was going on and how many people were there all moving in the same direction.
No, it's of like minds. It really is. And it's like $1.10 a day. I always use that example of what the $100 is, because you can't even buy M&Ms right now for that. And, and we all have the change in the bottom of our purse or whatever. It changes lives.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, it's changed y'all, hasn't it?
It has absolutely. Absolutely. It's changed our perspective. It's changed our trajectory. It's changed our ability to heal and provide hope to other people out there in the community. And it's huge.
So you're going to keep going back?
How many people have joined? I have been sending out applications to so many people because I believe deeply in this organization. And how can you not?
Right.
You hear a day like today and you hear the impact of 1 year, and you think, wow, how can we not all be on board? Everybody I know should be involved.
I think about when I first joined years ago, and we gave away not even $10,000, I don't think. And that was huge. I'm not saying that's not huge. Okay, that's life-changing for a nonprofit.
Absolutely.
But now when she tells me the totals, I'm like,
I know.
How is that even so? I mean, it literally just started like a fire.
I know.
And is the best fire I've ever been part of. I mean, I just love it. So thank you so much for coming in. Give us your phone number and how we get a hold of you one last time. And we appreciate you so much. I'm so glad you came into my life.
We appreciate you. It is 386-258-1618. Website is PresbyterianCounseling.com.
And we thank you so much. And we hope to see you at next month. When is our meeting?
So that was a perfect segue, Shelley. We invite everybody to come. You'll get to see a video of the check presentation to start our meeting. It is February 12th. The meeting is February 12th. Please mark your calendars, even if you don't plan on joining, but you just want to see the magic and feel what happens in that incredible room when everybody comes together. Like you said, they're focused on making a difference. And that's incredible. When you get over 200 people in a room that are all focused on the same agenda of making a difference, it's staggering and for me to stand up in front of that room for 8 years now and watch that happen. It's awe-inspiring every time I do it. Be there. 5 o'clock is registration begins. 5 to 6, you get to socialize. You get to meet other people that are there. That's fun. It's 6 o'clock.
Try to sit with somebody you don't know.
Yeah, sit with somebody else you don't know. 6 o'clock, the meeting starts, and we'll hear a little bit of introductory. We'll hear about a little bit more from Laura and what happened, and then we'll get to hear 3 new
But how do we get to be an organization? How do we get nominated? Because, I mean, that's all people are wanting to know.
Is how did they get on that
How do we get to be Laura?
Well, it's pretty straightforward. You first have to be a member. And what does a member mean? Member means that you're committing to make that $100 contribution each quarter to the selected organization. That's it. That's your commitment. And then you have the opportunity and the benefit to nominate any nonprofit serving Volusia County that touches your heart that you feel should be heard. And even if they are not selected for the primary grant, like Laura and Presbyterian Counseling, the magic that happens just because you stand in front of that group, you've got a room full of committed people that are already there, predisposed to giving, to volunteering, and magic happens. It happens every single time, and you'll no matter what you'll get the secondary grant, which is our Community Partner Impact Fund, and you get to be renominated, and you can be renominated as many times as until you're selected for the primary grant. Once you get the primary grant, such as Presbyterian Counseling Center, then you have to wait 36 months before you can nominate again, but then you can come back. Volusia Free Clinic, which you heard from earlier, they were our very first recipient in 2017. They received $3,000, to your point, Shelley.
I know, crazy, huh?
And they have been nominated, they have received funding again. The next time I think they received $12,000. In this last time you heard they received over $30,000, plus all the things that happened to them as a result. That's not an exception to the rule. That happens every time. One of the things you mentioned that I want to make a point about is sustainability and succession. As Volusia County Women in Care, we are very committed to working with our nonprofits. They're part of our family, and we are trying to be a model for sustainability and succession planning. This last year, we established an endowment. We were very, very, very grateful to a few people that stepped up and helped us to establish this within the Community Foundation, and we hope to grow it over the coming years. And what that endowment is about, it's about making sure that our organization, Volusia County Women Who Care, can be sustainable over time, and that we will be able to continue on in perpetuity. That we won't go away. That we're being very thoughtful about how we plan our organization forward, because I feel like Volusia County Women Who Care and our members have become so integral into the network in this community that provides funds, undesignated funds, that you're not planning on, but we also want to be partnering with you, because I think what you talked about was so important. You put away $10,000 in the CD that's going to earn income for this. You're being very thoughtful about how that money, because you're not getting that same money. It's really important. So we want to be the leader in helping our organizations also be sustainable over time. And so you'll be hearing more about that in the years to come, but we're very committed to that for ourselves and to be an example of that and for the nonprofits. And so thank you, Shelley. As always, I love you.
My favorite day.
Love you.
I just can't smile enough when I know it's today, because I know I'm going to hear from some amazing nonprofits that I'm going to get to bridge with the world, with our community, and with our ministries. Because just because the churches are churches and they're in the four walls, they need to know about all of you guys that they can partner with to say, hey, there's a program that can help you get a house. Hey, there's a program that can help you with daycare. Hey, there's a program that can help you with counseling. Because some churches don't have those things in their ministries, but because of Volusia County Women That Care, I've met all of you. And I get to find out about you. And so then I can share you with all the ministries, and I love that.
Thank you. Thank you again, Shelley. And again, February, we hope you see you all at our next meeting, which is February 12th, and we're at the Maury Husseini Center at Daytona State College. Show up at 5 o'clock on that day, and you'll be welcomed with open arms. No pressure. Nobody's going to pressure you and twist your arm, make you join, but I promise you it's hard to walk away and not say, I want to be part of this.
You want to.